Hello everyone. Welcome to the Pharma Intellect YouTube channel. Today, we are starting our pharmacology series with General Pharmacology Part 1, where we lay the foundation of drug actions and therapeutics. So, if you are a medical or paramedical students like pharmacy, nursing, physiotherapy, whichever field you are from, if you are having a subject pharmacology, then this series of lectures definitely help you a lot. So, let's dive right into the fascinating world of drugs and let's understand how they interact with the human body. So, let's start with some basics. What is pharmacology? The term pharmacology comes from two Greek words. Pharmakon means drug and logos means discourse in or study. So essentially, pharmacology is a science of drugs, deals with exogenously administered chemical molecules or drugs with living system, especially with the human body. So in simple terms, we can say that pharmacology includes everything, starting from how drugs are absorbed, where they go is in the body, how they work in the body, and how they eliminated from the body. Now, what exactly drug is? Let's understand. The word drug comes from French word drogue, which means a dry herb. Drug is any chemical substance that is used to prevent, diagnose or cure of the disease, commonly said. But scientifically in medical world or by the WHO, drug is defined as any chemical substance or product that is used or intended to be used to modify or explore a physiological system or pathological state for the benefit of the recipient or patient. A drug is not just a chemical that we see in the tablet or capsule. It can be any substance, natural or synthetic. But remember, not all chemicals are drugs. A drug becomes medicine only when used in the correct dose at the right time in the right way. So think a drug like a repair tool for your body. When something is wrong, for example, when your body is suffering through the fever, infection or pain, the drug goes in and fixes the problem. For example, paracetamol. Paracetamol is a drug, goes inside the body, reduces your body temperature, means reduces your fever by acting on the hypothalamus, which is the body's temperature control center. Next, famous scientists in the field of pharmacology. Pharmacology would not be what it is today without the contribution of scientists like Hippocrates, called as the father of medicine, Galen, called as the father of pharmacy, Emil Schropp, called as the father of Indian pharmacy. Rudolf Bucking, he founded first Institute of Pharmacology in Germany in 1847. Oswald Schimmelberg, father of modern pharmacology. Dr. R.N. Chopra, father of Indian pharmacology. Paul Ehrlich, father of chemotherapy. Alexander Fleming discovered the antibiotic penicillin. Selman Waksman, discovery of streptomycin. Banting and Best, discovery of insulin. Gerhard Domag, discovery of antimicrobial effect of prontocin. So, their work has saved countless lives and opened up new paths in the drug development. Next, divisions of pharmacology. Pharmacology is broadly divided into two divisions. One is pharmacokinetics and second one is the pharmacodynamics. So, let's see superficially, then we will go into deep in subsequent videos. Let's understand one by one. So first, pharmacokinetics. Kinesis is a Greek word, means movement. Pharmacokinetic refers to the movement of a drug in and out of the body. Simply saying what body does to the drug. So here, body acts like a boss or governing authority and it decides how much drug gets absorbed, where it goes, how it broken down and how it is eliminated. So basically, body controls the fate of drug. There is no other way around. Pharmacokinetic includes 4 key processes: absorption, distribution, metabolism, excretion, abbreviated as ADME. So it is basically an ADME study. Second, pharmacodynamics. Dynamics is a Greek word, means power. It describes what drug does to the body. Means you have given a dose of a drug to a patient and that drug goes in the body. How it produces its effect, whether it is positive or negative, all these things mainly comes under the pharmacodynamics. Pharmacodynamics explains mechanism of action of a drug, means how drug interact with the biological targets like enzymes, receptor, ion channels, etc. to produce therapeutic action or toxic effect. So here, drug becomes the boss or the governing authority. So, pharmacokinetic is what happens to drugs once it gets inside your body, which is ADME profiling. And pharmacodynamics is more of mechanism of action of drug, means how this drug works inside the body and show its effect. Next, some common terms or subdivisions used in pharmacology. Modern pharmacology doesn't stop at only 2 divisions. So let's look at some important subdivisions. First, clinical pharmacology. Clinical pharmacology is one of the burning topic nowadays. We all know about clinical trials. Everyone knows that these are some kind of research or some kind of studies which has been done in patients before the drug actually comes into the market. So, it is a scientific study of drugs, both old and new, in human through a proper guideline. Now, if you want to know the side effects or effects of drugs, adverse reaction profile of drug, initially we do study of these drugs in humans, and then after that drug comes into the market after the approval from the particular authority, mostly FDA. So all these trial related things, research related things comes under clinical pharmacology. For example, before a new antibiotic like azithromycin, for example, let's say, is approved, clinical pharmacologists test how it behaves in body, how much to give, and whether it causes any harmful effects in patients. Second, pharmacotherapeutics. It is the application of pharmacological information together with the knowledge of disease for its prevention, mitigation or cure. So it helps to choose the right drug for the right disease in the right way. For example, if a patient has high blood pressure, so pharmacotherapeutic helps to choose the best medication based on their condition, age and other health related factors. Third, pharmacogenetics. It is the study of genetic influences on drug responses. It is useful to understand why some people respond well to a particular drug while others may have a side effects or no response at all for the same drug. For example, some people have genes that break down or metabolize the warfarin. Warfarin is a drug called as a blood thinner too slowly and increase the bleeding risk. So pharmacogenetics helps to adjust the dose with safety. Next, pharmacogenomics. So use of genetic information of individuals to guide the drug choice for the treatment, that is pharmacogenomics. It helps to personalize the treatment based on the genetic makeup of the individual. Need to select the right drug at the right dose for the right person. For example, in cancer treatment, genetic testing of tumor can help to select the targeted drugs. Next, fifth, pharmacoepidemiology. It is the study of drug effect on a huge population. So it helps to understand the pattern, usage and effects, especially the side effect of drugs in the real world. Example, studying how many people in India develop side effects after taking the new COVID-19 vaccine. Sixth, pharmacoeconomics. It is the science of measuring cost and outcomes associated with the use of pharmaceuticals. Pharmacoeconomics guide us to decide which drug gives the best result for the least cost, especially useful in healthcare policy making. Example, comparing two diabetic drugs. Let's say one is expensive but more effective. So it helps to decide if higher the cost is worth or not. Toxicology. Toxicology is the study of poisonous effect of drugs and other chemicals like household, environmental pollutant, industrial, agricultural, homicidal, or it is a study of adverse effect of drugs or study of adverse drug reactions. It helps to identify dangerous substances, their adverse effect, and how to treat poisoning. Example, study of effect of accidental overdose of paracetamol in the patient, or pesticide poisoning in agricultural workers. Then last and eighth one is the chemotherapy. Chemotherapy, treatment of infectious diseases or cancer using a certain chemicals that are not harmful to the host. So chemotherapy helps to kill or stop the growth of harmful microorganisms, let's say example bacteria or cancerous cells. For example, with penicillin antibiotic, we can treat the bacterial infection. So, that's it for today. So before we wrap up, let's understanding your learning through this quick question. So question is, pharmacokinetic includes study of all except, and options are A. Absorption, B. Distribution, C. Adverse effect, and D. Excretion. So as I mentioned before, pharmacokinetics is ADME study. So A for absorption, D for distribution, M for metabolism, and E for excretion. So option A, B and D is the part of pharmacokinetics, but C, adverse effect, is not the part of pharmacokinetics. So here we have to select odd man out. So answer will be C, adverse effect. Explanation, you can see pharmacokinetic includes the following processes like ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion. But adverse effect is the part of pharmacodynamics. So thank you. That is the first part, or I would say the superficial summary of the introduction of pharmacology. This was just the beginning. Stay tuned for the more insights in upcoming videos.